Third, I swear it really just don't fade away. But where you been, nigga, really, I'd say. Got the type of niggas y'all just really hate. To work you, I swear I'm a nigga, film and play. Stacking money, yeah, like every day. Praying for some better days. All this pain that you see, that be on my face. Looking guilty like a nigga caught case. Cause lately, I swear I've been in the dog's place. Wish that I can know when I could hide my face. Don't know what the fuck lately to really chase. But I swear I got money in the baited like I'm pork chase. Something feel like I just be fucking great. Never felt like you did really just be dumb things. I'm losing no pain, I swear all that shit is fake. But I swear every day, yeah, I just still be getting paid. But all that really do, it really numb the pain. Third, I swear they got me feeling so insane. Every day I put a smile up on my face. But every day I swear that shit just be so fake. Frontin' one like I'm to pay. Swear every day I swear I be losing faith. Hoping that they the same fate. But lately I swear I just been here and day. Lately I swear I just really sad days. Yeah, y'all know what I'm feeling, y'all understand what I'm saying. I swear to God, yeah, I ain't really playing. Feel like lately I just be up in the state. But I don't know there's any more that I can take. Try to do better, but I feel like it's too late. I'm in my head, girl, cause that pussy was great. I swear I was addicted to that pussy fake. Lately feeling so degraded. How ain't had you do this pain? How ain't had you do this act? I'm in my head, think who to blame. Something.
What do you make about the opponent change? Him getting Pitbull?
That was the original opponent he was supposed to get, so I'm the one that activated the mandatory.
Yeah.
So it's not much different.
I know that it's not like how you wanted to go, but like how soon do you think you could get a fight with him again?
Spring.
Spring? Yeah.
Spring.
Yeah.
Spring. Yeah. Yo, what's good with it? BlakGooseTV family. I'm here. I'm back. I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Hopefully, y'all see that I'm out here doing the best I can. Hopefully, y'all doing the best y'all can also. Man, y'all see the title. Y'all already know what we about to be on. Y'all already know how we finna be. First and foremost, I want to say this. Happy motherfucking Wednesday. We almost to the end of the week. I love almost to the end of the week. Midweek is the best, especially when we got firefights coming up this weekend. And you know what I'm saying? That's what we finna be on. That's what we finna be talking about. You already know. So first and foremost, let me not get too ahead of myself. As always, I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna say positivity, blessings, salutations, and just peace, love, all that good stuff to everybody out there, man. As always, you want to keep the good vibes, positivity vibes. That's all we about. We ain't about no hate. You heard me? And then also, if y'all come up in here, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Show some love up in this thing. And if you do end up hopping up in here too, let me know how you feeling about what we're talking about. But we're gonna go right up into it. You know how we do. You know what we got popping. Look, today we had the open workouts with Gervonta Davis, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, y'all see me play the clip in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I got to throw a little shade. Obviously not me throwing shade, but y'all know how it goes. Rolly Romero, he was supposed to be the original opponent for Gervonta Davis. I'm gonna tell you right now, me myself, as well as a lot of the boxing community, we were amped up for the Rolly Romero Gervonta Davis fight because it was such two big different switches on the side of the board. What do I mean by that? Yeah, people saying basically Rolly didn't deserve it. He wasn't on his level. How do you even get this fight? And then you had other people, some of them like myself. I'm going to be 100 with you. I was excited. I thought, I'm not saying that it was going to be the biggest test of Gervonta's, life, but I thought it was going to be entertaining as far as the buildup. We know how Rolly is. And Rolly, that man can hit. So, it was going to be a good fight. He's a big boy. So, unlike, the Cruz fight, obviously, he had the Barrios. He was a bigger boy, and it showed that he was able to withstand in there. But Romero, I thought that was something we were all looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? When we found out about the allegations, when we found out he got pulled from it, there was the conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? There was people out there, obviously alluding to what Rolly Romero had said in that video, in that short clip that I showed him again on Fight Hype, where, he was asked about the replacement change, how you feel it's going to go. He said it was going to be quick work. And he said, look, man, regardless of what's out there, the short story, what I'm saying? Basically me summarizing what he said, not word for word, but basically, that was his original opponent. That's who he was supposed to fight before me. I activated my mandatory so I could get the fight. Now, we're at this point where I got to get pulled because of the allegations, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. That's what happened. But, you can't ignore the fact that the original opponent, for Gervonta Davis is who he's going to be fighting. But, you know what I'm saying? No reason to really, entertain, the what ifs and all that good stuff. Hopefully, one day we'll be able to see Romero versus Davis, or even Romero against some of the top guys at that division, period, because he's a young up and comer. But it's not about that. It's about Gervonta, Isaac Cruz. This is what we're going to have. This one's on a Sunday. So Showtime, I wonder if this is going to be a new thing that they're going to start leaning toward, or when it comes to, the fighters are trying to basically build to be a superstar, or they want to be a pay-per-view star. They're going to start switching maybe some of the boxing events to a Sunday. That was started. I believe Floyd started it. Would it be the first time ever when it comes to pay-per-view was the Floyd Logan Paul? Like, as recent as that? I don't remember a prominent Sunday boxing card in a long time. So I'm like, I feel like that was kind of what made it the most recent. And then obviously you saw, the Paul brothers having the whole, Sunday pay-per-view joint going. So, this is something new in my opinion. I don't remember last time I saw Davis fight Sunday. I do remember they did do it with the Charlo brothers. I remember they had Jamal fight on Saturday, and then they had Jamel's fight on a Sunday. So I guess you could say, it's not something that's been popular, maybe that we're used to as boxing fans, but it's obvious to see that Showtime is definitely dabbling in having more pay-per-view fights or fights period on Sunday. But I don't mind it, man. All like the way I see it is like you have these major sports, like when it comes to basketball and football, well, football is just Sunday. But basketball, if you look at basketball, you know what I'm saying, they play whenever. So I'm like, well, boxing, let's get the whole weekend at the very least, man. A spoiler. So we do got a heavy weekend coming, but what we're gonna be talking about is Isaac Cruz. We're gonna be talking about Gervonta Davis. Now, this is the thing. This is my question when it comes to Cruz, right? And it's a fair question in my opinion, because it has nothing to do with skill wise. I can't necessarily judge his skill. I can't necessarily say anything in regards if I think this is going to be a close fight, if I think it's going to be a blowout, knockout win for Gervonta Davis, because regardless, whatever I predict or whatever I feel is going to happen is going to be biased. It can't be, because I'm just going to be 100. I've never watched Cruz fight. I'm not a follower of Cruz. All I've seen is highlights. All I've seen is clips and things like that, training footage, all that good stuff. But I've never been able to sit down, dissect, and watch him fight. So it's hard for me to really let me say this, in an aspect over a period of a long term, what I'm saying, where I can really understand what he's doing. Like, yes, I watched some things leading up to this fight so I can get hyped for it, but what I'm saying, that's like cramming in so much and so little, so I can't really judge what type of opponent this is going to be, for Gervonta, where, in hindsight with Romero, since I've seen him fight, I watched him fight, follow his career, was different. I was able to, so, I don't want to necessarily speak on that per se, because, I'm saying I'm not that familiar, but I am going to, pull up some clips and things like that, look that over. But what I do want to take into question, right, is what type of shape Cruz is going to be. And I think that's going to be the most important thing. Is he going to be in the proper shape? Did he get enough time to be able to not only get himself in the boxing shape, cut the weight, and then also be able to regain that back, obviously, so he doesn't do any damage to his body, or at least he can go into the boxing fight, 80 to 100%. You never really 100%, physically, but, mentally, that comes a lot with the how good your weight cut goes, how good your training camp went, how much time you got to prepare. Now, what's interesting is you have to think about, if there's one thing you can't avoid when it comes to what Romero said in that beginning clip, is simply, hey, he was supposed to fight Cruz before I activated the mandatory. So would that mean that Cruz was already preparing for this fight in anticipation or hopes that, hey, I may still end up getting this fight, I just got to stay in shape? Or, did he get the call and he's coming straight off the couch and he has, 2 weeks basically to prepare for one of the biggest fights of his life? Like, that's the question that I look at. I'm not even going to really focus on skill set, how good he is, because, I never seen him. I never seen him particularly fight where I can dissect that. And if anything that we boxing fans have learned or need to learn or need to respect is, this is something I'm gonna harp on over, every video. Every video is that there's good fighters under every promotion. We can't be so quick, to say, oh, he's under this, he's under the DAZN banner, so he's not that good, or he's under the Top Rank banner, so he's not as good as the guys under the PBC. Like Cambosos came, he proved the point. And it shows, like, don't underestimate the opponent. Us as boxing fans, I'm not talking about the fighter. I'm talking about us just saying, oh, he's under a certain, banner, so he's better than the other. And we've seen this all year, man. It's been crazy upsets all year, in my opinion. But there was a particular clip that I did want to pull up that I saw on Fight Hype. You know what I'm saying? I think it was posted a couple days ago. And this is, what type of shape is Cruz in? Now, obviously, you have to keep, everything into perspective, right? Because in this particular clip that I'm about to pull up, we don't know, what type of training session he had. This might be the, I'm saying that the very tail end of the training session. He might already put in 3 hours, 4 hours, and at this point he's really just, they're burning out. They're just focused on getting a lot more water weight off of his body so he can be at the right shape. So we don't really know. But when I watch this clip, me personally, and like I said, I don't want to base it off skill, so I'm not focused on skill. That's not what I'm looking at. But if I'm looking shape wise, he doesn't look in the best shape to me. And this is right now. This is going off base this clip. Don't worry, we're going to advance because they had the open media workouts today. You know what I'm saying? And he showed off his physique here. But in this clip right here, he just doesn't look in the best shape. This was posted. So I'm not sure when this was posted, but it was like a couple of days ago. It wasn't too long ago. But not in the best shape, in my opinion. Just off look wise. I'm not worried about, I'm not even going to judge the skill. I'm not going to say how he's anything. I'm not the type of person to be over here and critique a professional boxers. Obviously, you're looking at certain things. It doesn't look the greatest, but when I'm more so focused off, I think this comes off. He looks tired, man. Probably already put in about 3 hours. Probably a second workout of the day. But I'm just simply looking at the shape right there, and I don't, I'm just from based off that, I'm not the most confident. To me, it doesn't really look as if he was, staying ready. He was keeping his body in peak condition just in case he did get called on. But that can be a misconception, right? Because obviously, he had on a sweatsuit. Then on top of that, I think he had a jacket. He had a jacket under, so he had a lot of clothes on. Obviously, he was getting that weight off. But that's another thing, man. How much weight did he have to lose in a short period of time? Because like I said, this is 2 days ago, right? And even if he looks in good shape today, right, which I'm gonna pull that up on the open workout, we're gonna look at that a little bit. But even if he looks in good shape today, that brings me to question, and that makes me say, oh, he in that short period of time, the amount of work that he had to put in, just based off of getting weight off, that scares me because I don't know if that's gonna follow well into the fight. And this I don't know how many people are looking at it from this aspect. It's like I've been over and over again. I need to just learn, like, man, I can't keep saying, oh, this is what I've seen or this is what I've heard. Like, unless I've extensively followed a fighter, I've been able to break him down, see what he's done, I'm not going to talk about their skill set because it's boxing, man. It's more, it's a lot more than just looking and saying, oh, he's faster than him, he has a bigger punch. It doesn't, so many other factors come into it. So I think, in my opinion, the biggest factor in this particular fight isn't going to be what everyone wants to talk about. Gervonta is this and that, and I think it's going to be, what type of shape did Cruz come in to this short notice fight? And like I said, that's 2 days ago. It looked like he had a lot of weight to get off. And so I did, I watched the open workouts a little bit, not a lot, but I had a quick glimpse of, what type of shape he looked in. He looked phenomenal, quickly, he did. But that tells me, man, there was a lot in between that time that he had to, he had to take care of. And I don't know how that's gonna factor going into Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? Having to get that, a significant amount of weight off, having to put in a certain amount of work in the gym where you're specifically focused on that, because that's different type of training than focusing on, okay, I'm gonna get ready and condition myself for Gervonta. No, we're focusing on weight right now. So I'm like, yeah, maybe this is gonna be a hard fight for Pitbull. That's the way I see it, man. But you know what I'm saying? You never know, because it depends. It depends on, and you know what? Let me pull some of this up right here. I'm not gonna, because that's the first thing I want to actually show. So let me go to that real quick. It's gonna be the actual shape that Pitbull Cruz is in at this moment, right? So this is Pitbull's shape right now. Boom. Looks in great shape in comparison to the video we just pulled up. And I know he doesn't have all the clothes on and things like that, but he looks in great shape. He got all that weight off in 2 days, y'all. In 2 days. So, obviously he's a professional. You know what I'm saying? The guy is, I think he's undefeated, or he has one line, but I think he's undefeated. So there's a reason, you know what I'm saying, he's here and he's ready for the job. And that's why he got to be proud. Like you definitely be proud in the work that you put in. But I'm hoping that it doesn't end up playing a factor later on in the fight. Right? That's my question. That's my biggest thing. That's what I want to, I'm gonna be specifically watching. And this is also ties in with the question of, a lot of people are putting out there, okay, Gervonta, I need him to fight a real opponent. I haven't seen him actually challenge a real boxer that we want to see him in the ring with. And then Floyd already said Gervonta's sticking only with PBC guys. He's not going outside of PBC. So if that means moving up and down the ranks, 135, 140, whatever it may be, then okay, even going, at one point was talking about, I'll fight Keith Thurman at 147. But basically, Floyd is laying it out there. As long as he's with us, as long as he's with, Mayweather Promotions, he's only fighting PBC guys. So unfortunately, now that's taken on a stigma where a lot of people are looking and they're looking at Gervonta and they're saying, oh, well, you're not fighting the best. Right. And it's similar. If y'all want to be real, you can almost say Gervonta's career might be sort of playing out like T Bud's. Because Bud has the same stigma, had the same stigma over him with him being with Top Rank. It's just the difference was that, if you were someone who followed Crawford heavy, then okay, Crawford's trying to get these big fights. He really is. But Bob Arum is like, he's not willing to put the money down. In Floyd's case, Floyd's not really looking at it like that. I think Floyd's like, if you want it, like he's looking at it like Gervonta is the money man. So he is the big fight. You feel me? So he's basically saying, if you want to fight Gervonta, or if you want to even step in the ring with Mans, then guess what? You got to be willing to come over to PBC or break some bread. That's how it kind of comes off to me when, and how he's dealing with Gervonta. So even though a lot of people want to, look at it and say, oh, he's a duck, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not fighting the toughest competitors and all these different type of things. I don't agree with that. Y'all know my stance. If y'all follow me for a long time, I don't believe in anybody ducking anyone. This is a business, especially when you get to the point you're making the type of money Gervonta's making for the promotion that he's working up under, including his own promotion code with it. So I'm like, it becomes about money. It got to be worth it. It got to make sense. There's no ducks. There's never no ducks. Believe that. But there's business moves where it's like that fight doesn't make sense. And they know for Gervonta to build him up to be the biggest star, the smartest thing for him to do is stay within his promotion, beat those guys, build his resume up, get the belts, get the money. And then when he's at that level, then it's like, all right, now let's start looking at the outside fights. Floyd knows what he's doing. Like I see it from a mile away, and it's smart. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to watch this Gervonta Isaac Cruz fight. We all gonna watch it. We're all gonna speculate. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at a lot of the comments. A lot of people, are rocking with Cruz, and I respect that. You got to, man. Especially if you're a fan. Especially if you've been following for a long time, and especially if you've been just watching boxing. Period. There's been a lot of upsets this year, so you can't deny that. But my biggest question is going to come down to simply, is he in the right shape for this fight? Obviously, he looked amazing when I showed that for the media workout. He looked amazing, but 2 days ago, he didn't look in that good shape, in my opinion. So that means within that small amount of time, he put in a lot of work, strictly focused on getting that weight off, right? So is that going to end up being a long-term factor when he gets in that ring? Is there going to be some is there going to be some type of long term effect from that from that quick weight cut that he did? You know, assuming that when he got the call to come into this fight, he wasn't already in boxing shape. He was kind of chilling, whatever it may be. But like I said, I'm not gonna make no judgments on whether or not skill set wise Cruz can beat Gervonta, because I haven't really seen him fight. You know what I'm saying? I'd be ignorant to anything I say about that. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Cambosos. I knew about Cambosos. I saw glimpses of him. I watched fights with him on the card, but I never paid too much attention. The biggest, fight I remember from Cambosos was when he fought Mickey Bay, and that's because I was a Mickey Bay fan. So I watched that fight. But at the same time, I wasn't clear-minded in the sense of when I was watching that fight, because I was a Mickey Bay fan, so I was biased, all that type. So I was thinking Teofimo was finna. I was like, I got Teofimo by fourth round, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I did say y'all can run it back, go to my Fluence now. Y'all can say you can look. I did say, hey, but at the same time, I've never seen Cambosos really fight. I never paid too much attention to him. He looks good. He looks fast. He looks, he looks solid. But I'm ignorant to even know anything. So, and the way this boxing world's going, if you get in the ring with the right guy at the right time, mindset, all that comes into play. But I just think Gervonta, mentally where he's at, it's going to be hard for me. I think Isaac Cruz, man, he's in a way different position than Cambosos, man. Way different, man. We talking about like a 3-week notice. Let me turn that down right there. Let me show some highlights real quick from Cruz coming out, man. So from what it looks like, man, high guard, pretty heavy on his feet. And he comes in, man, he's swinging, man. He's not scared. Looks like he got power. He looks, I see why they call him Pitbull. Now, unfortunately, the only way you're gonna catch Gervonta with those if Tank decides to sit in the pocket with you with those, But let's see, man. Let's see some boxing from him. And right here, he doesn't look as flat-footed. This looks a little bit later. Looks a little bit lighter on his feet. Okay, I like what I'm seeing right here from him in compared to the last clip. He looks good. So that was probably a more recent fight right there. I won't play too much. So I think it's gonna depend on, man, what type of shape my man comes in. What type of fight we have. How good of a fight. Nice. Okay. All right. I think I might be I'm gonna play a couple more. I don't want to play too much so we, get copyright or nothing like that. I've never watched them, so all this is brand new to me. Let's see what looks good. Let's go here. Okay. And they call him the mini Mike Tyson, I guess, in his community. Oh, that's a beautiful uppercut. Wow. Okay. All right, look. Hey. Now, see, once again, this is why, see, that's why I never understand people when they be, and then see, this is like, obviously it's highlights. It's the best. You want to see the best. You want to, okay, I'm gonna get into that. But obviously when you're watching highlights, you want to see the best, you show the best. That makes sense. That's understandable. I know, and you can get hyped up off highlights. Oh, that's not how you watch the whole fight. It didn't look like that the fight. So I'm taking little snippets. This is what I'm taking. But I liked what I saw. I did like what I saw. It looked nothing like that clip I showed earlier of Cruz, hitting the pads. But like I said, I wasn't looking at the skill on that particular clip. I was just looking at his weight. Like I said, he probably that's probably a 2-a-day, 3 hours. He's at the end. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's cutting weight too. You don't expect him to look good at that point. That's not what that's about. When you get to that point of training, it's just about muscle memory, and then you're trying to get, obviously lose that water weight. But you look good. I like that. So I'm like, if hopefully let's say, all things, came into fruition, it was perfect for Cruz, and he just so happened to already be training before he got the call. He was all, man, I don't know. I was originally supposed to fight Gervonta. Romero came in. I don't trust this. Let me keep fighting. Let me stay in shape. Let's say that happened. He didn't just, get up off the couch or come from Barbados or whatever. Not, you know what I'm saying? He was training. He was in the gym expecting this fight to happen. So to us, we see 2-week, 3-week notice, 4-week notice, whatever it was. But Cruz was like, I've been knowing what's going to happen. So let's say that's the case, right? I think we have a hell of a fight on our hands. Just from the little bit of the highlights I saw. I know I might be capped right now, but I don't know. From the little bit of the highlights I saw, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm more excited. I was gonna watch the fight anyways, but now I'm like, okay, depending, and I'm happy. Look, see, I'm happy I said this. It's going to depend on how hard this weight cut was for Cruz to how good of a fight we get. That's what I think. I'm not gonna talk about winning, losing, nothing like that, but how hard of a weight cut Cruz had, did he have to focus more on letting the weight off, or was he able to focus more on actually training for Tank? We're gonna see Sunday, and that's why I think this is gonna come down to, in my opinion. But he looked good. I like what I saw from him in that particular clip and highlights. I never actually watched Cruz before, so it looked good. But I did want to I also wanted to pull this one up right here on Young Porterway podcast. They were talking about who they think is going to win the fight real quick. So I just wanted to play and share their opinion and see what they're talking about. I haven't listened to this neither yet. So
something.
I would agree.
It's never, no matter how much, power you got, it's always something coming your way when the guy's throwing heat like Cruz is, and he's going to be coming forward. Yeah. He's more fundamentally sound than Romero was. I still think Romero was a more dangerous fight because his size and awkwardness. But I just think ultimately this guy's going to walk into a bomb.
The camp thinks that Cruz is the more dangerous fight. And I agree. I agree because
been through more.
Well, I think Cruz is just much more fundamentally sound. Yeah, I think that Cruz has a higher work rate, and the fact that he's coming with more.
So real quick, now see, before I just saw these highlights of Cruz, and I know it was quick. I actually thought Romero was on the same level skill wise because I've actually watched Romero fight. I followed Romero. Cruz, I only watched the highlights coming up in the sense of him hitting pads for this fight, and everyone was like at the end of the workout, you could tell he was tired. I was like, I don't know about this, but after watching the short clip of the highlights of Cruz, obviously I need to go back, do a little bit more investigating. But my quick and right off the bat judgment would be Cruz definitely looks like he's much more skilled than Rolly. Not as big as Rolly. Rolly still looks like the much bigger opponent, but Cruz looks much more skilled. But Cruz looks like he might have just as much power though.
The more conventional style, more conventional approach, it gives Tank the opportunity to see what's coming, but it's coming with a lot of explosion and a lot of speed and quickness. I think with Romero, I think it was going to be more spurts, just more sporadic,
just for shits and giggles, and because we've been wrong about multiple fights recently.
Don't say we.
Okay, even the Spartan Blood guy.
So I actually agree a lot with what Sean Porter said in his analysis of the fight. I know once again this is coming out of somewhat ignorance of myself because I haven't really followed Cruz, but just from the little bit I saw, I definitely agree. Because if there's one thing I know, I watched Rolly fight, I followed him, and he fights in spurts. He doesn't just keep bringing it. He just doesn't keep coming. He'll come, he'll put it on you, and then he'll kind of lay off. Or what he'll do is he'll put it on you, and then he'll play the dirty game, and he'll hold a lot, he'll push you back. And this is what Rolly doesn't get credit for also. It's not just him playing dirty or being aggressive. He controls the fight. It's actually a very high level thing that Rolly does, because even though it looks sloppy, if you understand what he's doing, he's controlling the fight to make sure the fight is fought at his tempo, at his pace, and at the level of aggressiveness he would like it to be, where he feels like he can be successful. So he'll come in spurts, throw crazy, look for the power shots, but if he's not able to get what he wants to get, a lot of times he'll start coming in George Foreman style, or he'll grab right away as soon as he misses big looping punches. He'll come in, clinch, grab, push your head down, put all his weight on you, and he'll just make it a nasty fight. Where in comparison, Cruz, he'll actually come into the game, and just from the little bit I saw, and it looks like he's going to be a lot more of a chess match. Like he'll put the pressure on someone. It seemed like maybe not so much in the first highlight I saw, but it seemed like that was a little bit earlier in his career. But the last couple highlights that it seemed from, where he was a little bit more seasoned, it looked like he was a lot more patient. He was looking for the right shots, and then actually when he was coming in and putting the pressure, it was calculated. It wasn't just like he was just coming in swinging wild, which it looked like that a little bit in the first highlight. But as he looked a little bit more seasoned, it looked like he was able to be more calculated. So I agree with Porter 100%. I think Cruz actually is going to be a harder fight for Gervonta, but it's all going to come down to Cruz, not Gervonta, because Gervonta, I know, is going to be in great shape. I know he's going to be ready. I know he's going to be coming full force. It's going to come down to whether or not Cruz is going to come into the shape that we hope and expect it to be but we can't expect much from him if we want to be 100. Like, we can't expect much from him because it is a short notice fight. So if he doesn't come in the best shape, like, is it his fault? No, it's not. It's not really his fault. I know he looked good on that media, but still, looking good and feeling good is two different things, man. And don't ever let nobody tell you no different, because that's a fact. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I want to go into their Instagrams, see what they got going on the Instagram side of the things. But before I even do that, I do want to play a little bit from the media workout, a little bit more of him hitting the pads in the media workout. It was quick. The media workout wasn't much. It wasn't like necessarily the open workout. Gervonta didn't really do nothing. Cruz just came in and showed him that, hey, yo, look, I'm in good shape. I came in the weight I was supposed to come, even though they're not showing the weight at this particular point. But I did, show that off a little bit. So I'm gonna throw that up here right now. We can go ahead and watch a little bit of that. It's crazy, man. My work be hitting me all times, man. Over here it's 8:36 at night. Supposed to be off. God dang it. I know it's a media workout. You can't take much from it, but this is today. This is what he looks like today. He looks good though. Looks in good shape. Got that music in the background. Gotta go ahead and turn that off. But he doesn't look bad, man. He looks in good shape. Looks in good shape. Obviously, you're not going to show too much. He got a lot of that extra excess fat off that I saw a couple of days ago, or 3-4 days, whenever it was. They had that video posted. He looks good. So let's see. I just want to see real quick. Let's see if they show him. We got him hitting some mitts. Yeah, we got him hitting some mitts real quick. So let's see him hitting some mitts. Oh yeah, he looks good. So hold on. We're gonna go right here. Yeah, he looks. I think we're gonna have a good fight on Sunday, y'all. I think we have a fight that we can all look forward to, man. I think he's gonna come in good shape. I think the weight cut wasn't too much for him, from what I'm seeing. And I like that the fight's on Sunday. Gives him a little extra time to recover from the weight cut. That might have been the reason they put it on Sunday too. Who knows? He looks fast. And this is him probably going at probably like 3%. Excuse me, I said 30%. He looks good, man. I think we in for a good fight. Cruz, respect to you, brother, for coming in at short notice. I think he finna give us a hell of a fight. I think we finna have a good fight, man. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. And remember this too. And I'm not only excited about that, but I'm also excited about the fact that, man, this weekend, man, it's just bangers, man. I'm like, Friday. I was trying to remember the last boxing, Fluence boxing I did. I was like, who's supposed to be Bellator, the main event for Friday? I was like, oh, it's Anthony Pettis. He's supposed to be defending it. So it's like, excuse me, I said Anthony Sergio Pettis. So I'm like, man, we got that Friday, and then Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yard. Hey, here's what up, I got, bro. Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yard 2 is happening Saturday too. So we got that. Devin Haney, Coco Diaz, Gervonta, Pitbull Cruz on Sunday. So I'm like, shit is packed. So y'all already know, man. I'm finna be going Fluence Lounge for all them joints. I'm like, it's a crazy weekend of fights. I was talking so much shit about boxing like 2 months ago, man. Like, y'all ain't finna give us no fights to end the year. And I'm like, this last November was crazy, and this December is even crazier, bro. Like, I can't even lie to you. I've been nothing but entertained. My bad. I went to the wrong thing. Young Gervonta. Look at him. Look at him, man. Mayweather Promotions. Gervonta paying homage to the GOAT. Paying homage. I was at the the media workouts. Look at even McGregor. McGregor is showing him love, man. He said just incredible placement, proper whiskey, Tank fight week. So Connor's a Tank fan. What y'all think about that? Y'all already know. Y'all already know that Gervonta finna come in crazy shape, man. Like you ain't even got to worry about that. Like I know for a fact Gervonta finna come in like premier shape, like on everything. Hey, make sure y'all. My bad, I forgot to say too. Make sure if y'all come up in here, man, please like the video, like the video. If you're not part of the family, man, go ahead and subscribe. You know, why not, man? Fluence boxing all day, baby. We got Fluence lounges coming crazy and heavy this weekend. We out here, man. But you already know Gervonta finna come in the craziest shape. So I'm like, this is gonna be a big test for Cruz. Obviously, I'm not. You know, I don't. Cruz look good though. I'm not even gonna cap. Cruz look good. Like we can't lie about that. Cruz look good. Fight week. It's a crowd when it's time to party, but when it's time to put that work in, it get learned to. Oh my bad, it get lonely. It's all my reading skill. It's gonna get lonely in 5 days. Ooh. Gervonta look nasty though. I don't know, Cruz. This one finna be a tough one, man. That shit, man. He looks crisp in a mug, man. Ooh. He's definitely faster than Cruz. That's a fact. I'm still leaning toward Gervonta, man. I got to. I'm not gonna say who finna win, but Gervonta, that boy is on another level, man. I'm gonna tell you this, cause if y'all follow me, y'all know I'm a Devin Haney #1 Superboy fanboy all day. But if there's anyone that's gonna challenge Devin Haney to being the greatest ever, it's gonna be this man right here, man. He's gonna be the one. Cause I'm like, you cannot deny at the end of the day. I don't care what y'all want to say. Y'all can duck all this type of stuff. That boy got skill, and most people in that division don't want it. The only person I see wanting it like that, pause, is Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, bro. How many people you? Oh my God, that's nasty. Make sure y'all hit that like button, please. Come up in here, hit the like button. Subscribe to your boy if you ain't part of the game. Look at that. That's not sped up. I can tell. That's natural. That's wild, bro. That boy's hands is on another level, man. That's just work, like work in the gym while he's cutting weight, man. The boy's on another level. It's not fair. It's not fair. Now. See, I was hyped. Both, you know, I got more hype from watching the highlights from Cruz, right? But now seeing the type of shape Gervonta finna be in for this fight, I don't even know no more. I think it's not even fair. I think Cruz, like, come on, man. 2 weeks notice against this boy? What? That is not even right. I hope they give that man a bonus, man. That don't even make no sense. He looks like he's he look like he on another level right now. He look like he on a different dimension, man. Oh my goodness. We finna have a fight on our hands, y'all. Cruz, man. I'm just the one thing I'm going to be interested in. The one thing I'm gonna have to know if Cruz is going to be able to take this punishment that Gervonta finna dish out. But they say Pitbull, he's a tank. Excuse me. That was disrespectful to Tank Davis right here. They say Pitbull, he like Mike Tyson. How about we say that? Pitbull like Mike Tyson. But that's what they say. They call him Mini Mike in the Mexican world, man. That boy Gervonta, man, he different. Him versus Devin Haney would be so fire, but that's disrespectful to Devin because I'm like, but no, that's not. I love Devin. And we got that. Hey, make sure y'all know anybody, if y'all fucking with Fluence Boxing, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be also doing the same thing for Devin Haney versus Coco Diaz. That's gonna come out tomorrow. So y'all look out for that live stream. Fluence Boxing is gonna come tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about Devin Haney, Coco Diaz. Then we're also gonna talk about Anthony Yard versus Lyndon Arthur too. So we're gonna have a doubleheader tomorrow, baby. But I was like, Gervonta, even though Devin Haney's my favorite fighter in the world right now at that division, let me be respectful. I just think this boy Gervonta, man, he a different breed. But see, that shows I can be biased and unbiased at the same time. Like, that's possible. Not too many people could do that. I think that's actually a great sense of duality. You gotta have that in life, baby. Gotta understand the yin and the yang. Gervonta look like he on another level right now, bro. I'm gonna play a little bit more. Then we're gonna check out what IG Cruz got going on. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, bro. How many punches is that? That's probably like 150 punches, man. It's probably 150 punches, man. Probably more. That's crazy. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, I can't full screen this one. That's weak. Talking about Devin Haney. Devin Haney talking about skill pays the bills, baby. That's what you got. Skills pay the bills. Put the work in, the work gonna show. You know what I'm saying? Boy's hands. Motherfucker be moving like a mosquito. Jesus. Ain't nothing but respect, though. That man is this weekend finna be on fire. I can't wait for this fight. It's nothing but respect, man. Nothing but respect. But you know me, I'm fair. I might be biased sometimes, but I'm fair. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be fair up in this thing. I know Pitbull hasn't posted much on his Instagram. It's all good. We'll just see what we got going right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm fair, man. We show love to all the boxes. You hear me? It's going to be a tough one, though, for Pitbull, man. And it's not even about skills paying the bills, baby. I think it's just him, you know, coming in on a 2-week, 3-week notice, man. It's not fair against a monster like Gervonta. I would have been like, get some more time. Now, I know he don't post much, but I know down here you got a couple clips of him training. So I know this is maybe not currently. But, you know, look at that. Ooh. Not as fast as Gervonta, but boy, that man got power when he throw them things. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Definitely, he's a lot slower than Gervonta, but that power, man, he puts that power in it. He's sitting down on them punches, baby. Manny Pacquiao promotion, so he signed up under Manny Pacquiao. I didn't know that. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, not as fast as Gervonta, but you can see he sits down on it, man. They call him Mini Mike Tyson in the Mexican world for a reason, baby. You gotta show him some love, man. So not too much he's giving us. Obviously, I'm going all the way back to probably the beginning of when he started his Instagram. So yeah, he's not showing us too much, you know, on the work side of the footage, and I understand that. You don't need to do so, man. That media workout, getting the hands wrapped. It's gonna be a big fight, man. It's gonna be a tough one. I don't even know. Look at that. Definitely looks fast, man. Look, obviously not as fast as Gervonta, but he looks fast. I don't know, man. We got a good fight. Watching both now, seeing them. I think we got a good fight, bro. And that's him not even going. Like, see, that's why I wish maybe we would have had some type of mid work or some footage. But I get it. No disrespect. I definitely get it. But I'm like, I think we're gonna have a good fight on our hands, man. And I still, you know, I'm gonna stand by the factor, and I'm gonna stand by me saying, like, it's gonna come down to whether or not, you know, Cruz was already, you know, getting ready. Already in fighting shape. He was training. You know, from what Rolly Romero said. He was like, "Yo, look, this is supposed to be his original fight. I activated the mandatory. So if Cruz, you know, was assuming he was gonna get the fight, he started training. Romero activated his mandatory." And, you know, Cruz from the outside looking in, his team was like, yo, keep training. This may not end up happening. Just keep training, stay in shape. They're going to call your name and this ended up happening. And that's a beautiful story. But, you know, you can't blame the fighter either if he did decide to stop training, especially when you see a press conference happen of their magnitude. You're like, oh, okay, Romero versus Gervonta. So if he stopped at some point and then they just call him like, yo, this fell through. You have 2 weeks to get ready. You know, it's hard for me to see him having any type of success against Gervonta, man. It's a tough one. I don't care how good of a shape he looks. I just think it's just, you know, too much to deal with of cutting the weight, getting prepared for a guy that you wasn't really training for, or you stopped training for. Like, it's just too much on a guy. It was way too much. Gervonta is just that good to me. Like, you need a proper training camp. So I'm hoping that's not the case, because if it is, I think it's going to be short work. If it's not the case, I think we're going to have a good fight, a hell of a fight. And so I'm excited for it, for real. But, you know, we'll see. You know, I'm not the type of person to doubt anybody. I'm not the type of person to disrespect anybody. All I got to say is we'll see. You know what I'm saying? He looked in good shape from what I saw on that open workout. You know, I know he was going probably 40%, 30% on those mitts, and he looked good. He looked a lot better than he did, you know, a couple of days before than what Fight Hype filmed when he was, you know, obviously at the end of his workout. It's not on him. You know, these guys are professionals for a reason. You know, they're at where they're at for a reason, and they accomplish and do what they do for a reason. So there's no reason for me to doubt it. But at the same time, life is about levels, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't disrespect nothing about it. That's just what it is. And so I think in order for Cruz to have the best chance possible, he needs to be able to have all his ducks in a row. He needs to have everything in order. And I think if just for some slight reason he stopped training within that period of Romero and Gervonta being announced, I think it's going to be a hard and a tall order for him to, you know, be able to get a W. But that's boxing, though. You never know. You never know. And a lot of people are going to say, hey, man, we saw what Kambosos did. And, you know, we've seen all types of things happen. But, you know, most recently Kambosos, man, he never stopped training. He was prepared for that fight. He probably was more prepared than Teofimo himself. So we're talking about two different situations. You know, I think Kambosos would have had a hard time if they got a 2-week notice and was like, hey, fight Teofimo. You know, we'll see, though. You know, we'll see. I'm excited for this fight like a mud. But everybody who came up in here, man, I want to appreciate everybody. Make sure before, you know, I get up out of here and I leave, make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. You know, show some love. You know, that's all I'm asking for. I'm trying to get in the algorithm. And also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. This weekend is going to be a crazy amount of fights. We got all type of shit happening this weekend. So, you know, y'all better make sure you join your boy. We got Fluence Lounge happening Friday night for the Pettis fight. Saturday night it's going to be happening 2 times because we got Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yarde 2. And then we also got Devin Haney, Coco Diaz, and then we got Rob Font, Cody Garber, and I'm gonna be going live for all those. And then Sunday, I'm gonna be doing Fluence Lounge for Gervonta Davis versus Pitbull Cruz. So we got Fluence Lounges all this weekend. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna be going live for the Fluence Boxing, and we're gonna be going over basically the open workout or the media workout for Devin Haney versus Coco Diaz. We're gonna talk about that. And then after that, at that same live stream, we're gonna double head it up. And we got to talk about Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yarde too, because if y'all don't know, I'm a big Anthony Yarde fan. So we're gonna be talking about all that good stuff. You feel me? So make sure y'all join me for that. So we got Thursday coming with another Fluence Boxing. We're gonna be talking about, like I said, previewing Diaz versus Haney, and then Arthur versus Yarde 2. Friday, Fluence Lounge. We're gonna watch the Bellator main event with Sergio Pettis defending his belt for the first time. Saturday, we're going to go 2 times. We're going to go Fluence Lounge, Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yarde, then Fluence Lounge, Coco Diaz, Devin Haney / Rob Font, Jose Aldo. And then Sunday, we're going Gervonta Davis versus Pitbull Cruz. So we got a hell of a week, hell of a weekend. Make sure y'all join me for it, man. I only do this because, you know what I'm saying, because of y'all, man. If y'all don't got nothing to do, y'all might as well come and join your boy. You heard me? So, once again, before I get out of here, blessings, positivity, much love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I hope that y'all keep, you know what I'm saying, doing what y'all do. Don't let nobody stop you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep your head up through all the bullshit, and just make sure y'all always know what y'all trying to get, what you try to go for. You heard me? So I'm going to get up out of here. Like, subscribe, join the Black Goose family. Don't be scared to do so. And I'm up out of here. You heard me?
That's where you really just don't fade away. But where you been, nigga, really, I'd say. Got the type of nigga, y'all just really hate. To work you ask, but I'm a nigga, go film a play. Stacking money, yeah, like heyday. Praying for some better days. All this pain that you see, that be on my face. Looking good. really chase. But I swear I got money in the bait like I'm pork chase. Something feel like I just be for grade. Never felt like you did really just be dumb things. I'm losing open, I swear all that shit's fake. But I swear every day I just still be getting paid. But all that really do, it really numb the pain. The hurt, I swear it got me feeling so insane. Every day I put a smile up on my face. But every day I swear that shit just be so fake. Frontin' one like contemplate. Swear every day I swear I be losing faith. Hoping that they the same fate. But lately I swear I just been here and there. Lately I swear I just really sad days. Yeah, y'all know what I'm feeling, you understand what I'm saying. I swear to God, yeah, I ain't really playing. Feel like lately I just be up in the state. But I don't know there's any more that I can take. Try to do better, but I feel like it's too late. I'm in my head, girl, cause that pussy was great. I swear I was addicted to that pussy fake. Lady feeling so great. How ain't you do this bad? How ain't you do this bad? I'm in my head, think who to blame. Something in my head say yeah, it's all just part of the game. Why every day I swear I be feeling all the shame. Trying to smile, but I swear that shit really don't feel same. Losing my direction like a nigga cannot aim. Still wishing that a nigga like me ain't really changed. But I swear I still ain't really motherfucking changed. Giving words like I don't even know it's from the pain. Call my mama up and tell her that I love her cray. I be in the drinks and then I'm feeling like I'm losing my brain. I need someone just to talk to, but I really can't explain. That amazing, so where do it really sound so insane? Praying that I'm better, but I don't know.